this game, and I'm with everybody in the studio. It might just bubble over.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Lift off in Liverpool for Magic Weekend, you feel, for this one. This afternoon, Mikey Lewis just standing over the ball at the moment. Andy Last, as we said, all through and through. Caretaker coach at the moment, but put that temporary duty to one side today. It matters so much. Hull Kingston Rovers, champions of the world, champions of the Super League, but it's who will be the champions of Hull that matters the most at the end of this bruising 80 minutes. It's going to be Hull FC who have first touch of the ball, and Hull Kingston Rovers will run into them hard and keep their yards to an absolute minimum in these early stages. That's fog just lifting a little as well, the pyrotechnics filling the stadium, but it's the pyrotechnics on the pitch that occupy us. An early penalty goes Hull FC's way.
Well, look at the players celebrate from the big carry from the kickoff. Esse putting his head down to Harvey Hill. A bit of fight, a bit of reluctance to be dominated.
Oh, the kick's only just got there, my goodness. Big effort coming in from Ryan Hampshire to try and keep it in play. But it's a tap restart for Hull FC inside their opponent's half. What an early opportunity. Logan Moy coming in at full back. Picked up out of dummy half, back towards the middle of the park. Herman Esse again with a big trundling effort, taking them yards closer. Burrow dashes right. Bell back from a 6-week absence. That looked forward, but nobody on the field decided it was that. So it remains Hull FC with possession. It's back with Bell again. He's got all the bounce, hasn't he? But he can't bounce through on that occasion. Burrow levelling up again. This is Caesar. Inside invitation for Hardacre. Back in the centres this week, Zach Hardacre, after a spell in the back row. There's one that played to go with this set. Arthur sticking it high. It's beautifully flighted as well, but it comes down safely in the hands of Ollie Gilder.
What a set with ball in hand from Hull FC. Plenty of meters, plenty of involvements. Benefited from that penalty, and they make Hull KR come away from their own line.
And the bruising battle down the middle today, Barry. Penalty here for Hull KR, but the bruising battle down the middle, when you look at who's missing for Hull KR, Pangai Jr., Amon, Hadley, Lockley, they're missing some big guns.
They are, and they need to assert that dominance in the middle of the field. Herman Esse put a good stint together, was top of the charts for meters made, carries. He's a big man, but puts plenty of minutes on the field as well, the big number 8 from FC.
That's Gildart with a carry towards that halfway line. Soaso Su, his name will echo around the stadium every time he touches the ball from the Robins supporters.
He's the one that KR will be looking at, to be nice and physical in the middle.
Into dummy half goes Lytton. Good to see him back as well. This is Mikey Lewis, who's trying to win fights. The runner back on the inside in the shape of Reece Martin. Lytton's there again. It's Minchella, and now Whitbread, who offers a bit of muscle down the middle. But they've only one play to go here. Lytton again, dodges right. Oh, May can't keep hold of the pass. Opportunity spilled, and Hull FC's turn to celebrate. A moment which gives them possession back again.
They don't often get that right on the last tackle. A team particularly good at getting to the back end of sets, put in a pressure-building kick. Tyrone May, he knows what he wants to do before he's caught the ball. The pass is just slightly off from Jez Lytton. First mistake from KR.
There's the old cliche, isn't there, that this is a derby that divides families. Well, very much a division in evidence today, with a brace of bachelors. James Batchelor in the back row for Hull KR, Joe Batchelor, his brother, in the back row for Hull FC. And that Lytton conspiracy as well. David Lytton, the centres for Hull FC. His cousin, Jez Lytton, in the hooking position for Hull KR.
I've been practicing all week, Dave, I promise you. I won't get one wrong, promise you.
3 gone, 3 to go. Hull FC told to start again. Caesar down this left-hand side, and his ball away sees Moy just trying to express himself, but rounded up by those Robins defenders. Back to Caesar again, and here comes Esse.
We haven't seen an offload from the big man yet. They're coming.
It's got a nice play the ball away. It's given a bit of time here for Arthur to get that kick up in the air. Jack Broadbent on the wing position today. What have you made of that? Ryan Hampshire, only his second appearance for Hulkingston Rovers, playing at fullback, and Broadbent, who's done such a sterling job at fullback in the absence of Moore, out on the wing.
Well, Willie Peters just trying to shuffle the deck enough to give him enough threat from the back on kick returns. And Ian Watson, Willie Peters, they're obviously going to look at things throughout the game. It might change.
Lytton is going to kick from that dummy half position. It's not a 40-20 attempt. It's just a case of trying to put Hull under as much pressure as possible. Logan Moy will collect. Trying to run away from the chase, but a hand up from Batchelor, James Batchelor.
Nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong. Batchelor up, that kick chase team has to be spot on today. He doesn't get a purchase off the player. There's not a shoulder charge and it's not high. Crack on.
Started at a decent tempo, hasn't it, this one? Second game of the Magic weekend. If you missed it earlier, York with a big win over Huddersfield. Here's Hardacre trying to cut back on the inside again. And loads of derby games this weekend. Wigan Saints tomorrow brings us to a conclusion, and we have, of course, got Wakefield Cass and Bradford Leeds. And a little later today, Lee against Warrington. So plenty of local bite. Catalan against Toulouse in Castres as well. Not here, but over in Castres, but you can watch it here on Sky Sports later on. Here's Broadbent looking it back on the inside for Davies to have a push. Lytton again, up there and ready. They're coming at numbers and they're coming at pace in the shape of Broadbent once again.
That's what you get from Broadbent. He'll hunt for the ball, look to work hard.
This is Hiku. Little dance down the middle. Not the biggest of benches for Hulkingston Rovers today, but they've got another set of 6 here. Hampshire's inside ball for James Batchelor. Batchelor with a push. Met by 3, an eager 3. So his yardage is limited. Hiku again with a little step and trying to slip that ball away. Disappears amongst the bodies of defenders. Lytton inside. May spreads it over the heads of Lewis. It's a misdirected pass. Lewis collects on the bounce but loses momentum.
Another sloppy pass. Tyrone May on that occasion passing rather than catching.
Here's Martin. Jez Lytton. Minchella again, and he's trying to poke Sue through the gap, but his ankles held on too firmly by Aidan Caesar. But there's a threat here. May and one. Oh, the pass does not connect. Davis would have had a splendid chance for the corner, but the pass was just a little too wild.
Well, Peter Hiku turns round in frustration to Tyrone May. You can see he's wide open. He strolls over for the first try. Tyrone May choosing the long ball to the winger, who was always man-marked.
Just a danger as well. Hulkingston Rovers losing a bit of confidence of late. They lost heavily against Leeds last week, 34 points to 8. And they've gone from a side very near the top to a side that is just holding on to top 6 at the moment. Lots of ifs and buts in this, but as Brian was saying in the build-up, if Hulk lose today and Lee and Catalan both win, suddenly 7th and 8th are breathing right down their shoulders, so they have to be careful.
Injuries really biting for Hulk, particularly in the forwards that we've mentioned.
Here's Hardacre. Not going far. We're picking up a dummy half, and Bell coming on again, but the pass was pushed and Harvey Hill couldn't keep a hold. And Hulkingston Rovers will get it back, and look at their celebration now. Hugging each other in delight here.
They've been under pressure. What if we had 9 minutes? Been a fairly high tempo. James Bell steps off that left foot. He's trying to run from one defender to another and put Harvey Hill through a half gap. Harvey Hill can't keep hold of the ball.
9 minutes played. Hulkingston Rovers get a great starting position here, you'd think, from the scrum. An opportunity to really press. Mikey Lewis feeds. Lytton brings it out. Here comes Davis with the first carry. And there are 5 more to come. Hull FC being pushed back here just at the moment. May again. Whitbread gathered up very quickly. Couldn't really get any forward momentum. This is Minchella. May. Mikey Lewis is chiming in, that left foot step, but met by a brick wall of defenders. Gildart sweeps it back towards May again. Here comes Sosu. Little hop and a push. Gathering a few priceless extra yards there. It's back with May again. The short ball for Whitbread, but Hull FC just hanging on at the moment. Lytton goes left this time. They're buried and trying to go through. Has he got there? Sosu has made a big effort here.
They've got no try. Just confirmed.
Referee says no try.
Just confirmed they have a tail disadvantage.
We are going to the video referee, but the signs from the field are not looking good from the Robins' point of view.
Number 5, got no try. We're checking for possible obstruction. So play through, look at Minchella. There's contact there on inside shoulder. But there's significant disadvantage. Which constitutes an obstruction. Remember decision.
Well, the suspicions of the referee on the field proven absolutely correct. It was the obstruction that's done for them. And it'll be a penalty for Hull FC here.
I think it's Elliot Minchella who collides with an FC defender. I've just noticed a couple of times when Hull KR are down in this end of the field to their right, they're getting good numbers. And you can see from the angle behind the sticks, it's Tyrone May.
He just keeps locking on the ball.
Tyrone May can spot and execute. And they create those numbers.
That's a good clearing kick from Caesar, isn't it? Got some yards there, 30 of them. That makes life a little easier for the early birds. Hardacre with the initial carry. SASA with another thunderous effort from him. Sun shining over the Hill Dickinson Stadium at the moment. We've not had too much of that so far. Hopefully it's the sign of things to come over the next 24 hours. Moy with a carry. Here's Bell. This now is Caesar. Straightened up again by young Lennon Clark, his first start today. We've seen him on the field before. He made his debut against Lee back in May, but this is the first time he's been in the run-out 13, the young fella. It's back with Arthur, who's just asking a few questions with that aerial one, and it's Hull who get there, and it's going to be Briscoe. Finishes, but I think the referee's seen a knock-on in the build-up to this. It seemed to bounce off a Hull FC chest, didn't it?
No try.
And he thinks no try.
There is a knock-on by OFC.
Muted celebration, because I think that Tom Briscoe knew what had come earlier.
Number 5 got an on-field called no try. We're checking for an onside-offside into any potential knock-on. So all chases to the right of the kicker are onside. So we'll track the players to the left for any involvement. So they stay well out. So we're in towards the catch now, or potential catch. That ball is touched by Hull. Goes forward in relation to the ground. I've made my decision.
Yeah, you were right, Dave. Obvious to everybody, but the signs are good, aren't they? The effort is good. Lytton jumping up high.
Well, no try confirmed in the stadium. Is what we suspected, but that's 2 now, isn't it? They both had a chance. They've both been over the line, but neither has counted.
I keep going back to the words that Andy last left us with when he did his pre-match interview. Intent, aggression and execution. We've seen the first 2. And you're seeing it here in defence.
Don't forget, by the way, that we're looking for player celebrations when tries are given. The sponsors, Betfred, handing over money to the MND Foundation for all the best celebrations that we see. We've seen some varied ones so far, haven't we?
Good contact, good shot there. Clark in defence.
Picks up the pass again is not great, but it has given them a little bit of room off the bounce, but Rhys Martin's closed down quickly. Here's Gildart. Back to Mikey Lewis again, who got that kick away before he was hit. It zooms towards the touchline. It's going to be an easy take here for Lewis Martin to carry it in. Jenna Brooks, good afternoon. What have you got for us down on the touchline?
Good afternoon, Dave. Just you guys touched on it before, but Hull KR are missing a host of key players, aren't they? I looked up just behind the bench, and there's a number of them. Look at them there. Sam Luckley, Artur Morg. You've got Tom Amone, Joe Burgess, Dean Hadley, Tavita Pengai Jr. Of course, he has been given a 6-game ban. But yeah, missing a lot of players. But one key player that is back is Jez Litton.
Yeah, there's a lot of go forward and a lot of salary cap on that bench, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that is going to be Hulkingston Rovers' reward. They get head and feed here.
They're trying to force that offload. Tom Briscoe sees a player and it bounces off David Litton's chest. They need to win all the little battles. Whoever wins this game, it will be an accumulation of all those small things done really well.
This is Hampshire. 3 across quickly. Litton's there at dummy half again. Minchella's the man on his inside, but it goes behind him to the more thunderous Jay Whitbread, but he doesn't travel far. Litton again. May back to Lewis. Now Martin. Litton with a little scamper to get across there quickly, and change of directions on a couple of occasions here from Minchella, but can't pick a path. So Litton comes again. It's May, and here is Mikey Lewis, and Gildart came motoring in on the inside, but it's well spot by Joe Batchelor. Makes that a telling tackle. Quicker now from May.
Last tackle.
That will be it. That will be it.
Yeah, he looks for options. OKR won't be too bothered about handing the ball over in that part of the field, maybe 2 meters away from the line. He didn't have too many options available to him, Tyrone May.
It's a tough part of the field to come out of, though, isn't it, this?
Well, this is the grind of a game. You might not want to get an offload with that much traffic around you.
Kingston Rovers just stepping it up in terms of speed off the line to try and keep that go forward to an absolute minimum. Here's SASA. His offload is untidy, but at least it keeps it alive. Hill now goes left, and well read by Tom Davis, who shuts it down. Supreme style. Moy out of dummy half. Burrow just skipping it back, and the kick is going to be from Jake Arthur. A bit of distance on that, but easily taken by Broadbent, who spins. Gildart putting some honesty into that challenge as well. I'll tell you what, Harvey Hill came in with a thumb there, didn't he? I mean, hit from the shoulder. Davis again.
He started the game really well, Harvey Hill.
Mikey Lewis scampering across, but he's tracked every step of the way by Jake Arthur, who's able to drag him down, and now picked up by Tyrone May. Back to Whitbread again, who decides to go forward. Bell with a tackle down the ankles. Hill with a follow-up. 1 play to go here. Lewis again. Briscoe's underneath it. There's a challenge going on, and Mikey Lewis is there to pick up the pieces from his initial kick. Ball goes backwards, a fire of an arrow into the skies, and a shot in the arm for the Robins. Midway through this first half, they get first score.
Well, we've had 16 minutes before the first try, and the celebration from Mikey Lewis. Sending a message over the waters to Jai Arrow, recently diagnosed with MND. But the quality of this try is superb. He kicks, he stays in motion, the ball is batted back. And he puts the ball in the corner, stands up, and that celebration, as I say, sending love and best wishes across the water to Jai Arrow.
19th try of the season now for Mikey. There's the celebration. There's the smile.
It'd be a bit of relief as well as a sigh, that they've got points on the board. Really tested. 16 tries so far for him.
He's grabbed 3 in the Challenge Cup. 19 is for the season in all comps, but 16 in the Super League puts him right up there as well. And he'll fancy it today. Well, Mikey, he scored a hat-trick, you might remember, in the Magic win against Hull back in 2022. So
doesn't he love a derby match? He's famously an FC supporter as a child.
20 seconds.
Reece Martin from the touchline, just being told that he's only got 20 seconds left on the shot clock before he has to kick this. It's a difficult one, but we've seen him strike these with such accuracy down the ears, but not this time. And Hull Kingston Rovers lead remains at 4 points to 0 as the conductor waves his arms and gets the orchestra of those Robin fans in full voice.
Well, there's a man who lives and feeds on emotion. Tyrone May is a player who's constantly in motion. And although they were winning the ruck and playing the ball at their own pace, it's the accuracy of that kick, the commitment of the chase from Jack Broadbent gets the rewards for KR.
So Hull find themselves behind. Hull FC looking to lift, and that was
that's some
crunching effort, wasn't it?
Oh, Suasa Su rattled Sibilio, I think it is, fresh on the field.
James Bell involved in that as well. We're being told that Harvey Hill, from the touchline, that Harvey Hill has gone off for an HIA. And a penalty here for the Robins as well. So just a little bit of concern here for Hull FC at the moment.
Peteku, as he does so often, breaking the first one. An untidy play of the ball, that could have gone either way.
It's Mikey Lewis who finds touch. Hull Kingston Rovers with a chance to build again deep inside their opponent's half. The referee just advising Reece Martin that he has to go again. And so he does go again. Into the shoulder of Batchelor. This is Lytton. Whitbread. Just ramping it up down the middle again. Minchella. Back to May. Here comes Batchelor, James Batchelor. Opposite side to his brother on the field, maybe just as well. Tyrone May picks up again. Just having a look around, there doesn't seem much on. He's got Lytton as an out ball. It's back with Mikey Lewis again. The line is up, the temptation no doubt would have been to kick, and Reece Martin will rather wish he hadn't passed.
More good contact from FC in defence.
Lytton dancing right. Heku caught by Martin the moment he caught the ball, and that will be a handover. Good defensive read by the winger.
He talks about commitment. You have to be committed in a derby match. He's obviously took the gamble with an outside player. I think it's Tom Davis. If he gets that ball, he goes in.
Moy in the role of dummy half, just feeding it back towards the middle again, and Hull FC begin that toil again from very much deep inside their own half. Salavio solidly whacking it forward, and it has been lost, and Hull KR again can celebrate.
The game is just starting to tilt in the favour of Hull KR. Forcing a mistake in defence. He's made quite an impact since he's come off the field. Who's the man that puts the shoulder on the ball? Well, it's that man, Jez Lytton. With big men missing, Pangai Jr. and Moan Hadley, somebody has to step forward. We've talked about Suaso Su, who is down on one knee getting some treatment. When he returned the ball from the kickoff, I felt certain that they'd rattled him. And that's probably the after effects.
Well, he's a player they cannot afford to lose, isn't he? As you were saying, because of that lack of big players. And when does that balance start to tell? Because you look at the bench, the Robins defence, Jordan Desiree on there, obviously, but he's only played 6 times for Hawkington Rovers. But you've got Billy Leyland, Noah Booth, Billy Leyland the hooker, Noah Booth the winger, and Carl Lawton, the hooker, who has played back row. But that is a lightweight-looking bench for the Robins, isn't it?
That's the last thing that Willie Peters and his side needed. If they can keep this ball and keep this tempo high, keep the ball in play, tire out the big men from FC.
Well, this is going to be an HIA Suaso suit, and that could be a very significant moment in the game.
I wouldn't be surprised if he fails that HIA.
Well, Carl Lawton has come on. As we said, he has played, he started a couple of games in the back row for Hawkington Rovers this season, but we'd know him normally as a hooker. But he can do plenty of the tough stuff, and he's going to have to do plenty of the tough stuff today.
Well, they just have to drop the accelerator now. OKR keep the tempo of the game extremely high. Salabio, who's put in a couple of thunderous challenges in defence, carries the ball, bumps off Jez Litton, but loses the pill in the process. Here's the carry. Watch his head wrap back here.
Oh.
He almost gets folded in half, doesn't it?
And that's an absolute fair and square rugby league tackle, isn't it? There's nothing illegal in that at all. No. Just a thunderous hit.
You watch his head rattle. Well, on that angle, there might just be a little bit of something there, Dave. I don't know. It won't matter too much in this match.
He became a Sue sandwich between 2 mighty chunks of bread there, didn't he? Dressed in whole colours. And he's off for the next 15 to have the head checked. It may be longer.
Minions. Monsters and minions. The monsters are on the field. I've seen some very impressive fancy dresses. There you go. Is that Baywatch?
Some more impressive than others. All the different shirts as well. We see the different shirts, different shirt designs at weekend, don't we? A few cowboys in the crowd.
Yeah, Luke Combs making an appearance.
Let's get in, boys. Good to go. Oh, I don't mind a brew. Let's get in, lads.
Well, everything's ready for the restart again here. Hawkington Rovers will have possession. They have the lead. But they've just lost a significant figure in Suaso Su. For how long we shall see. This now is Hiku. Here's Lewis. Tyrone May back in the middle again. Whitbread's minutes just got potentially much longer. It's with May. Search back down the middle, but Hull's defence is not found wanting at all. Another set of 6 though for Hawkington Rovers. It comes out to Ryan Hampshire. Stopped in his tracks. Picked up by Litton. Skips to that left. Whitbread, who's been all action, really involved down the middle so far in the game, but this time just spun around and pushed back to whence he came. Litton again, short. This is Martin, but there's bodies underneath that, and he ain't going to touch that down. They have to go back 10.
Excellent work on goal line defence from FC. Keep Reece Martin, prevent him from putting the ball down.
Referees bellowing at them to play the ball and get on with it. Mikey Lewis. Johnny Whitbread.
You're right about him. He's a real workhorse, isn't it?
He's been involved 2 or 3 times, it feels, in every set that Hull have the ball in hands. And here they come with a real attack. And Martin just bursting through that tiring defence. It is a second Robins try. Adversity in terms of injury, but positivity in terms of what they're producing on the field. 8-0 they lead with a kick to come.
A beautiful setup from OKR. Reece Martin, the PNG international who retires at the end of the year, just barges over Jake Arthur. Big man on little man. He'll attempt to convert his own try, but it was a beautiful setup. And in full flow, OKR at this point. Mikey Lewis fakes to go long or out the back. ultimately telling lies with his eyes. You can see head goes past, and Rhys Martin, who's done this all the way through his career, eyes open, hard uncompromising line, gets the second try of the game. And Jai Auro again. I think we'll see a lot of that.
How disappointing are Hull FC in conceding that, given the defensive effort there?
Well, given the fact that Suaso Su is off the field and they've got some turmoil in the ranks, Hull KR, yeah, they'll be bitterly disappointed.
20 seconds.
This one so far today, Rhys Martin, he doesn't often follow that up with another miss, and he sticks it over to give his side a 10-0 lead.
It's Jake Arthur who ends up on the floor, grasping at shadows with Rhys Martin, able to break the tackle. When we talk about Rhys Martin, it's actually Batchelor's job. He's his bodyguard. He's got to make sure he's not exposed and left one-on-one like that.
So Hull FC starting the day with fiery intentions, but at the moment their flames have been doused a little, haven't they? They need to respond here. Hull Kingston Rovers back in possession. We're back on the touchline. Jenna Brooks.
Yeah, Woodsy, we've seen Mikey Lewis score, we've seen Rhys Martin score into the South Stand, which is where Hull FC supporters are. I can tell you it's an absolute monster of a stand. It's a single tier. It holds around 13,000 fans, and I can tell you what, there are not too many empty seats there. It's designed, right, to generate quite an intimidating atmosphere. Well, it's not working here today with Hull KR, is it?
They've got a standing area here as well, haven't they? That's seating standing. Mikey Lewis, by the way, celebrating his birthday today. That try his 25th birthday present to his teammates. We're being told that Harvey Hill has passed his HIA, so he's going to be okay to come back for Hull FC.
Hull KR unable to get back on side. You can see with the speed of the play, the ball. Defence is all over the place. There's a lot of action in FC, in the dugout of Hull FC. Just rotating some players.
Here's a gap, here's a gap.
It's as predicted. The coaches talked about calmness, didn't they, from Hull KR? Willie Peters said, I need my team to be calm and composed. And they've certainly approached 26 minutes like that.
Well, here's Bell. And gets a penalty, adds that spring in his step, and I think it was offside against the Robins defenders. Penalty.
Got the teacher, look, you see, he stopped. Where are you going? Tapping it. Wait for me,
And a tap and go here, trailing as they do by 10. It's back with Caesar, inside ball for young Lennon Clark to have a go, 20 years of age, Hull born. This is a rivalry that runs through his blood, no doubt. Bell again. Here's Salapio, almost pushing off the defender ahead of him. Another set of 6 here. Burrow. It's taken on a little dummy from Arthur, and Jake Arthur has found his way to the try line successfully. Fingers pointed, celebration in the bag. Hull FC with the response they needed.
Well, Hull FC barging again. Jake Arthur, the player that was left on the floor when Rhys Martin scores his try. With the ball in 2 hands, defenders uncertain of whether he's going to pass or run. Shows all the grit and determination to slam the ball down. You can see Mikey Lewis backing off. He doesn't get it down at first attempt, but wriggles and rides and gets it down there.
Pyramid celebration.
I'm trying to figure it out.
I'm not sure.
Is it home? Is it home? Is he sending a message back home?
We've seen plenty, of you said, we've seen plenty of bows and arrows in celebration. We've seen 1 or 2 that look like your Uncle Frank at an 80s wedding disco as well, haven't we? But
we should get a prize for deciphering it.
There's an enigma in that one. But the try's confirmed, and that's just what Hull FC wanted, and that's just what this occasion needed as well, wasn't it? A whole try next.
Yeah, you felt like the momentum was all with Hull KR, and once they got some decent field position, the lads in the studio back referenced that Wigan performance. My word, they put some effort in and were unlucky some might say, to come away with nothing from that game, but they need to put the same effort into this one. And as Andy last said, make sure they execute the opportunities when they get them.
20 seconds.
Zach Hardacre, man of steel 11 years ago. Zach, good heavens, how does time fly? With a chance to narrow the gap to just 4 again, and you can hear from the roars of the red and whites at that end that he has put it wide, and it remains 10 points to 4.
He's getting better every week, Jake Arthur. You can see a scruffy play the ball, defenders left on the floor. Mikey Lewis in particular backpedaling. Yeah.
And Leeds fans have reason to celebrate him being a whole player, don't they? Because you get a sense that Jake Arthur, having signed to play over here, just helped persuade Brad Arthur to extend his stay as Leeds coach. I'm sure there was more to it than just that, but it would have been part of the equation.
Just look at that possession. Hull KR with 60% of the possession. Hull FC have done incredibly well to be 10-4 down with the amount of time they've had at this end of the field.
And when they've had it, they've not held on for long, have they, with that 64% completion? Here's Arthur again, who just tries to stretch the legs and go on the outside of Mikey Lewis, but the Hull Kingston Rovers number 6 made the tackle.
He wears number 6. I think he's a better number 7. I think he's a better scrum half than standoff.
SASE again. They've reached the final play in the set. It's back with Arthur to kick from behind the 40. Not that that matters much, because it's going to be caught on the full from Broadbent at the other end. And a testing run from him.
So many good players in the back 3 or back 5 from either side. Your kick chase has to be spot on. That line gets broken. There's plenty of speed in both sets of teams.
Here's Davis, rattling it in. Mikey Lewis, another set of 6. It was slow. So when Jordan Desiree takes it in, that's the first carry of the set, and Hull Kingston Rovers already on the halfway line. Martin can't bounce off the challenge. Salabio stuck. May offers, eventually gives. Hampshire's caught. Jez Litton's back in there, ruining the roost at the dummy half position, inviting Batchelor to totter an extra yard or 2. Litton comes again. Now it's with Minchella, back inside for Desiree. But they've reached the last. This will be the final play in the set. May looking to create on that left-hand side. Lewis with a pass, and Martin on the angle came crashing in. He still had the option of the offload, but defenders emerging around him very quickly.
Good work from Hull FC. Talked about Batchelor being the bodyguard for Jake Arthur. He steps forward on that occasion. They're working hard in defence. Jake Arthur commits, and then who's there to tidy it up but Batchelor? We talk about the working attack from Herman SASE. He's approaching 50 metres with the ball in hand. He's done 20 defensive efforts as well so far. He's an enigma.
Super slippery stuff there from Lewis Martin as well, encouraging that extra carry in the set, and Hull Kingston Rovers give the penalty away.
Matautia, freshman on the field, just rotating Herman SASE, and his first carry, first involvement. He manages to make something at the play of the ball. That's what you want from your bench. Matautia, come on, and made a difference.
Hull Kingston Rovers, of course, still missing Sawaso Su, who's having that ongoing HIA. As soon as we get information on that, we will let you know. But if he stays off, just reduces potentially decisively Hull Kingston Rovers' ability to turn around the big fellas. What view they have at the moment. And Hull FC are making ground here and looking to make waves on the back of it. It's back on the inside from Clark. Here's Moy snapping it up, and rather it's Burrow who snapped it up and gone out from dummy half.
He was looking for a penalty, looked straight at the referee, didn't get one.
Hardacre didn't fancy the big pass to the middle, fancies instead a path for his own. Moy comes on at pace, Dragged down by some desperate Robins defenders. And on the final play, it's with Bell again. It's now Caesar. Caesar wide. Step back again from Lytton. Lytton needs to keep it alive if he can. But Hulkingston Rovers defenders making sure that's not going to happen.
Commitment in defence from Hull KR. The ball pinging from left to right. David Lytton looks like he's picked up a knock. We're just looking down, we can see Suaso Su.
Yeah.
Is he getting ready to go back on?
Yeah, he's passed his HIA clearly, hasn't he?
Yeah, that'll be a relief for anybody in the Hull KR camp. Lytton is receiving some treatment and players will just grab a bit of fluid. With some communication going on, it's been a really fast-paced game. Been too many breaks, 33 minutes on the clock so far.
There's an intimidating face. He's back on the field, ready to intimidate again the opposition. Huge relief from the Robins supporters, and here's a little bit of concern now for the FC fans.
Well, let's have a look and see where the injury is. Yeah, it's his head that slams on the floor. Mikey Lewis and one of his good friends, David Lytton, collide.
So yet another HIA to be taken here. Jed Cartwright is about to come on in Lytton's place. Cade Cust on the bench as well, which gives Hull FC a few options later in the game, doesn't it, in terms of where and how he comes on. But for the moment, Davy Lytton is off. Cartwright jogging into position. Hulkingston Rovers, though, have the ball on what will be the first play in this set. And it's not been often that they've been forced to come out from this end of the field.
Oh, and you can see FC defenders in the starting blocks. Now we'll see some aggression.
Referee Marcus Griffiths just ordering the player back again to play that ball. That helps Hull FC's cause because they can come out at pace just like that. Broadbent was chopped down, but Davis there in support. And then it's a high tackle, which has given Hull KR the penalty.
Yeah, clumsy challenge from Harvey Hill as the defender is almost falling to the ground. He just collects him. A little bit of hand, a little bit of forearm involved in that.
Just to reiterate, massively important for Hulkingston Rovers' top 6 chances this season that they managed to pick up a win here today. Not just top 6, they're looking much higher than that, of course. They're not just looking to qualify, but at the moment they are in danger of being on a precipice in those playoffs. Win here today and results elsewhere this weekend, and it could look a whole lot healthier.
And you feel like they need to convince themselves. You talked about the people that aren't playing and aren't available this year. If you take out the players that are missing from that championship winning season, Jared Hargreaves, Mickey McAlorum, nobody really has replaced them yet.
Desiree with a surge. Hulkingston Rovers within 15. Hampshire's involved. Quick hands. Oh, left behind by Tom Davis. Just a glimmer of a moment. The frustration you can see because he knew the potential of that.
Well, everybody in the right place, and it's just that final pass, bit too far behind Tom Davis. A catch and pass from Petter Hiku. He's hardly had hold of the ball. Tom Davis, and if he catches that, he goes in. Sticks his hand up and says, "That's my fault, boys."
He could hardly blame anyone else, could he?
Could have blamed the pass, would he? That's what I used to do.
When you were about to surge it at the corner.
When I dropped it, which was very, very often.
Barry McDermott, I'm off again. Barry McDermott, Challenge Cup Grand Final winner, World Club Challenge winner. Got a few medals glimmering at home, haven't you?
Yeah.
Great Britain International.
Back in the days of black and white, yeah.
Here's Bell. This is Hardacre. Step back in from Clark, trying to push against the grain of that defence that was coming his way. Cust is on the field now. This is Bell. And a little delay in the pass from Arthur has just tempted the defence out and maybe given those outside backs a bit more of a running opportunity. They're on the last here. It's back with Arthur again. End over end it spins. It's inviting Hampshire to come quickly from that fullback's position to catch. A decent change from Hull FC.
He's done the bulk of the kicking, Arthur. If you're a Hull KR player, putting pressure on him might get you some rewards.
Offside against the Hull FC defenders as Broadbent was making his move.
Tauti is a mile offside, isn't it?
Mikey Lewis punishes with a big kick into that FC half again, and the Robins shape up once again. I hardly think they'll be entirely content at the moment with this 6-point lead.
Cade Cust, he just can't resist, he lifts a leg. Just having a look at it.
Yeah.
Tom Grant's been asked to take a look. Cade Cust only just onto the field.
And kicking for goal here.
Yeah, only a couple of minutes left. That would take it to 12-4. Cade Cust, who it looks like he's come on at number 9. Well, he's a player that plays with aggression.
Wilkinson Rovers players have gone into a huddle here. Big D. I've noticed this before. They seem to have this breathing exercise that they do. Heads back, breathe in, and then breathe out.
Yeah, there's quite a few teams. We'll just take a moment, just settle down, get in unison. It's not to remind each other to breathe in and then breathe out. I think they do that naturally, Dave, but yeah, let's just emotionally just settle down and play with that composure.
Rhys Martin is closing in on a bit of a personal milestone as well if he puts this one over, and let's have a look. He has put it over. That's now his 498th Super League goal, so he could well reach the 500 mark before the day is out. And that coaching team just happy that their side now have a 2-score lead at 12 points to 4.
Willie Peters and Ian Watson will be relatively happy with the way that their team has approached this first half. When they've been under pressure, when they've been rattled, they've had answers to it.
May with a catch. Desiree with the return. Half a burst. James Bell kept hold of the waist. Now it's Davis. He's working hard for a few more extra meters as well. Litton out of dummy half. Sue, all about the pass, and then said give over. I'm going down the middle, and that's the reason he went down the middle. He could cause havoc. Litton carries it on, quick hands. Here's Gildart. Gildart has support from Broadbent on that left-hand side. Lewis is there again, grabbed by the shoulder, dragged back. Referee says that's okay, and Hulkingster Rovers carry on. May now, big pass towards Hicko on this right-hand side. Lovely footwork from him. Batchelor takes it in. He's upended, but ever so close. Another set of 6 to hammer at this Hull door. Right on the edge of it. Quick again, Gildart left. Forward pass, was it? Yes, it was. Touch judge on that far side called it. And Hulkingster Rovers have just handed over a heck of an opportunity.
Hull FC doing their absolute best. Tom Briscoe outnumbered, puts as much pressure as he can. And Gildart catches it, floats the ball forward, but Suasa Su, who had his clock cleaned 10 minutes ago, makes a break up field that sets up that play. Full credit to him. A lot to think about for Andy Last.
Yeah, Uta signs at the end of a first half that has been as tough as we would have expected. Mikey Lewis is shaking his head. It's Not a day quite to celebrate his 25th birthday, but he'll be happy thus far, as will his coach Willie Peters, because Hull Kingston Rovers in this 251st Hull derby lead at half-time. It's Hull Kingston Rovers 12, Hull FC 4.
Dave, thank you very much. Yes, the champions were battered and bruised by the league leaders' Leeds last week, but they have responded in some style. In a derby against their greatest rivals, they are in control at half-time in Game 2 of Magic.
His head injury assessment, which is not very good news for the black and whites, Woodsy, is it?
It isn't. So Lytton gone for the rest of the game. And as they've been saying at half-time, Barry, this is such an important next 10 to 15 minutes, isn't it? Because 12 points to 4 is hardly a decisive lead from the Robins' point of view. They'll need to make it a bit more decisive than it is, but an opportunity for Hull FC here to dig themselves right back into the game.
Well, FC aren't out of this game and they're still in it at 12-4, as you've quite rightly said, but they have to find a way to get some possession, get some field position, and ultimately get some points and trouble that scoreboard. OKR, whilst they haven't been at their best, have been in control at the important parts of the game.
Well, fascinating as well that Hull FC were out very early, weren't they? Or was it Hull KR who were out late? I'm not sure, but Hull FC was certainly out there a long time before the Robins players re-emerged from the tunnel as well. Whether that was just because it's a simple message from their coach of the moment, Andy Lass, just get out there, hit them hard, work hard. We shall see. That is Briscoe with a carry.
And there's an element of that as well for Hull FC. Keeping it simple will help them. Don't play too expansive. Don't complicate matters. They've had to change around because of David Lytton being injured. This player has had to go in the centre. Jed Cartwright, usually a second rower.
It's Bell with the effort again. Gathering bodies and taking them an extra yard or so. Kuss now. Caesar's come to this right-hand side to add numbers, but the ball doesn't reach him. It's Batchelor who offloads, and now it's picked up by Logan Moy, and Moy can try and fiddle a path through those advancing Robins, but he can't find one. This is the last play. No, it's not, because the referee says there's too much going on in the rock, and Hull FC has suddenly given another set of 6. What a bonus from their point of view. Cust on the inside. This is Matautia. Big carry from him. Cust again. Oh, it's a thunderous effort from Desaria, who's chasing that hard as well. Oh, he's knocked it on.
He knocked it on in the process of making the tackle. And believe you me, Dave, he was praying that that knock-on was given before he picked it up and wasted energy downfield. He puts pressure on, I think it's Jake Arthur, forces the mistake, and then does his best to knock it on again, just so he doesn't have to run further downfield.
Well, back they come.
He's going to have to do more minutes, big minutes. Yeah. Talked about the players that aren't available. Means nothing to Hull KR. They're in the box seat in this game.
Been sparse with their interchange. I don't think we've seen Bill Leyland or Noah Booth so far, have we? This is Logan Moy for Hull FC. What a big set here. What a chance at the start of this second half. They've got another set. Lennon Clark has taken them very close. Cade Cust has gone into dummy half. Gathers in, hurls it back. Caesar now. Across the line it's taken. Arthur pops one over the top. And Briscoe finding a way. The door opens right out wide. Huge pass from Arthur. Huge try from Tom Briscoe. Game on right at the start of the second half.
We said they had to score first, and that's exactly what they've done through the veteran flyer, Tom Briscoe, who holds his shape, waits for the pass to be delivered, and it's a perfect balance and perfect flighted pass right into the path of Briscoe. Look at that, over the top of 2 defenders. It came off the back of 2 6-agains, interference at the play of the ball. And with that weight of possession, with that field position, they've done what their coach asked them to do, execute.
Well, Tom Briscoe has a real good record against Hull Kingston Rovers. That is the 4th time he's scored in 4 meetings against the old the old rivals. I nearly said the old faithful there. That would have been a slip of the tongue, wouldn't it?
I remember that great day for him at Wembley when he scored 5 tries for Leeds Rhinos, beating Leroy Rivette, who scored 4 in 1999. He knows where that try line is, that's for sure.
Yeah. Sure, he won't mind us saying he is getting on a little bit at the moment. Oh, 36. I wish we were still 36. Hardacre with a kick from the touchline. Oh, that's looking good. That's looking very good. 12 points to 10. There's the settler. And let it erupt from here.
Well, Tom Briscoe scored his first magic try at Murrayfield in, get this, 2010. That's how durable he is. Still performing at the highest level. And gets his side right back into this game.
Well, as we said, Andy Lass sent his side out early before the second half kick-off. And I'm sure one of the simple messages would be, make sure you score first. And that's exactly what they've done. And a derby to sit back and relish now. Nobody cares about Super League tables and placements and past honours on a day like today amidst these two clubs. It's all about what happens on the field in the 80 minutes. Hardacre.
You wouldn't know it was 6v10 because nobody cares, do they? It's all about the bragging rights at the end of today.
Last play. Fielded back to Arthur again to get that kick away. Jack Broadbent underneath it. His 150th career appearance today, by the way. Jack Broadbent.
That's great work.
He's been carried and carried. And what a response from Hull FC's defenders. Broadbent couldn't do anything about that because 3 got right in his guts and dragged him with that sinking feeling back into his own in-goal area.
Well, that's how you lift your team, and that's exactly what they do to Jack Broadbent. Lift him up, carry him over the line. 3 players in attendance, and you can feel the crowd get behind their side now. The black and white's playing towards their fans.
The strongest of tides was against him. And the wave now belongs to Hull FC to try and pound against this Hull Kingston Rovers line. They've done it once. Can they find themselves with a lead here? Robin's desperate to hang on. We've used that word desperate a few times today, haven't we? Matautia in. Cust back to Arthur. Here's Moy. Can't get through the grasp of Reece Martin. Shout of hell from the referee. It's played. Cust. Arthur changing direction. Great burst from him as well, but
he needed support.
Martin got there to make the telling tackle. It was a dive by Arthur, the referee says, so get up and play the ball. It's with Caesar. Numbers on that left-hand side. Hardacre comes in. And here comes the last. And here comes Cust. Arthur now. Chipping. It's a bit long. Oh, but Lewis jumped from the field of play. And in any way, sends the ball behind the netball line. He's trying to... he's actually coaxing the Hull FC fans at that end. A smile on his face. This is what the derby's all about, isn't it?
Oh, he's having a growing involvement now, Jake Arthur. A gorgeous kick, inviting the chasers. And as soon as that ball is caught, he's absolutely whacked by Jed Cartwright. And he says, come on then, come on.
Well, Suaso Su has just almost been pushed off the field by one of the coaching staff of Hull Kingston Rovers so that Whitbread could come on, and he looks absolutely out on his feet, this Suaso Su. Only 8 minutes into the second half as he stalks down the touchline. Hull FC come again. Harvey Hill with a carry. Ebbs and flows in every rugby league game, and just at the moment it is Hull who are ebbing. That got a touch, did it?
Yeah,
the referee says play on momentarily, but then decides, with the help of his touch judge, that was a knock-on from Hull KR.
I can't help but watch Jake Arthur. I know it's Aidan Caesar that takes that ball from second receiver, but Jake Arthur's involvement is growing.
Oh, here we go.
Captain's challenge now.
Captain's challenge.
Challenging the decision of a knock-on. The claim it was a prior breach of an obstruction.
Well, we're looking for an obstruction before the knock-on.
That's what he thinks about it. Captain's challenge. So, Barry, what do you reckon as we look at these pictures?
Well, let's have a look. I didn't spot it in real time, but let's have a look where the obstruction is. Matauta, the player that runs through, he hits the outside shoulder of the Hull KR player, who falls down to the floor. Yeah, that doesn't allow the defender to push on towards Aidan Caesar.
It's going to be successful.
Yeah.
So big call in Hull KR's favour here.
I didn't spot that in real time. That's a good captain's challenge.
There you go.
It's because he's hit him on an outside shoulder. If he hits him on an inside shoulder, you might have had
Yeah,
another
no, but
degree.
they knocked it on.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's still obstruction.
Aidan Caesar. Case of the defence. Well, they knocked it on, yeah, but the defence had already happened.
And in my defence, I was distracted with the knock-on as well. But I'll tell you what, Dave, I do like this. The referee explaining what's going on and it going in over the tannoy into the stadium.
Yeah, I'm sure the fans appreciate that as well. Magic weekend, of course. We've seen one game already. York, big winners against Huddersfield. Later on today, Lee against Warrington, and then bang after that, Catalan against Toulouse. From Castres, not from here, but you can watch it on Sky Sports, of course. 4 games today, 3 more tomorrow. Some big derbies: Leeds against Bradford, Wakefield against Castleford, Saints against Wigan. My goodness, there'll be some passion tomorrow as well as the passion we've seen today. Here is a step from Hampshire, but not far. Hiku into position. Minchella to May. Mikey Lewis helps it on its way here to Gildart. Gildart trying to step on the inside, but defenders coming across effectively. 1 to go. How do they use it? Mikey Lewis, very nearly lost it. Never mind use it, but a kick over the top. There was an arm around his face. He was making the most of that. The referee says play on, and then he gives a penalty. He was given the advantage, but Mikey Lewis clearly taken high off the ball.
Mikey Lewis knows exactly what he's doing. He's under pressure. I think it's Harvey Hill who comes out, takes some time away. He fumbles the ball, chips it over the line. Terrific skill on Shaw, left foot, chases hard. And is it Jed Cartwright who just leaves his right arm?
He made the most of it, let's not be in any doubt. But
no.
It was an arm. It was an arm.
Don't do it is the answer.
So Hull Kingston Rovers 10 away and 6 to go. The lead having been chipped down to 2. Jez Litton dashing over there. Minchella pops it back, and this is going to be Lawton who just trying to push it through. Different role for him today. Litton has to wait. May. Hampshire, Martin trying to get in to make the tackle. Couldn't quite close it down, but Davis is still stopped. May again. Whitbread just full of honesty, full of intent there as he tries to drive it in. May switching the angle of attack. The young fella Clark got to him, but he's still got the ball away, and Lewis has got the twitching feet. One last. It's with May, trying to get to him quickly. May falls over, and it's an easy one for Harvey Hill to cover him up. Opportunity lost.
There's some desperation in the Hull FC players, especially on goal line D. They continue to turn up for one another. It's not pretty, but it's effective. You can see that completion rate has crept up for the black and whites. Meters 200 more by Hull KR. It's those play the balls in their opponent's 20, that's the big indicator. 23 playing 12.
This is Salabio.
I'm going to say it again, the black and whites need that field position. They need to get down the other end of the field. Hull KR are comfortable defending, comfortable in the grind. Hull FC are not.
Bell again addressing the line face to face. He's inside the 40 clearly, Aidan Caesar, but he's sending it high and centrally. Hampshire with a catch.
Oh no! Red line.
He's not the same run threat, Ryan Hampshire. You talked about Jack Broadbent on the wing. Ryan Hampshire preferred at fullback. He's more of a distributing fullback. Hasn't had too many involvements so far. He might just fiddle about with that Willie Peters if he needs to.
Artyom Org, of course, is the preference in that position, but he's one of their injured players at the moment. Lytton, who was one of their injured players, but they're glad to see him back here today. Here's Reece Martin. Again, they've gone through 5. So, Lewis at the end of it, kicking away. Oh, more. Had to be brave because Tyrone May was coming in like an extra set missile.
He's got a tremendous future. The young gun, Logan Moy, had to be brave. Perfect technique. Pouches the ball and then gets down as quick as he can.
Kuss picks up and gets things moving again in the shape of Salabia. Kuss across there. Bell wants another go. He's lively, isn't he? He's always lively. This will be the last inside their own half. Felt like that was a misdirection. I think Arthur was the aimed catcher of that, but the pass went back. Moy's done a decent job of getting it away, and Hull KR start from there.
Yeah, good reactions from the fullback. That arm wrestle developing now. 53 minutes on the clock. I'm sure it'll open up in that final quarter, but for now it's about completing your sets, building some pressure and not making mistakes.
No, it's not a ball steal. The referee says it was simply dropped, not respected in the carry by Batchelor.
Well, let's have a look at it. Is there a hand on it?
Oh, might have been a finger.
I don't know whether it hits the knee of the defender. That's what squirts it out.
Here's Burrow. Hull FC set fair just for the moment. Clark. Here's Burrow again. Cust is in motion, but it's back to Caesar. And Salabia just slamming it forward again. They're getting closer and closer here. Still a couple of plays to go. Arthur wants to carry. Whitbread denies him the room. Still a couple of plays to go. Cuss back, Salabio, standing start from him. So less effective with a surge, and this is the last. It's back with Arthur again, the chip towards the corner. Briscoe's on the hunt, and Broadbent does ever so well to get up there and just tickle it away from danger.
It was such an ugly kick, wasn't it? Just spews off the side of the boot, and it's twisting and turning all over the place, and he does well, Jack Broadbent, to have an awareness of where he is.
What do you prefer here? A drop out under the sticks or the opposition playing the ball 10 out? It's a toss-up, really, isn't it?
It is. Ultimately, for Hull FC, it's about building pressure, making sure they get some kind of result, because the more they're down here, the better the chance of getting over that try line.
Look at that effort from Harvey Hill again. Carrying 3 of them ever so closer. Burrow now goes left and Caesar's there. A bit of pace from him, and Lennon's very close. Lennon Clark just driving down, and another surge. They're queuing up. It's back with Cust. Salabio thought he saw a bit of daylight, but the door shots. Stammering and hammering at this Hull Kingston Rovers line. Chipping at the moment, and then a little grubber kick through, and it's not picked up. And it's going to be Logan Moy who's knocked it on, I think.
You're right.
No, it's Hull KR who knocked on.
It's Hull KR knock on.
And now it's Hardacre's turn to try and get that crowd moving. Some of those, look at this. There was a knock on backwards. Yep.
It's Mikey Lewis, doesn't he, when he drags it towards himself in a forward motion. There's the knock on. They've got to score here, Hull FC.
Well, you just get a feeling that this period of the game is massive to the outcome. Hull Kingston Rovers survive. They draw so much from that. Hull FC score. They take the lead.
Massive to those fans, that's for sure.
It's another set of 6 to defend and attack. Caesar puts it back. Moy! Did it come off Hull Kingston Rovers' hands? It's dropped on. Yep, it is a knock-on. Hull FC get it back again. It's unrelenting at the moment, Barry.
Yeah, they're just getting the bodies in the way. Force another mistake. Tom Davies with a player outside him. Lewis Martin, if he collects that ball, has half a chance to score. But those are the decisions that people in the backfield make. The fullbacks, the wingers, that's why they paid the big bucks.
They are driving to the end, occupied by their fans here, Hull FC. They'll be encouraged to get over that line, but Hull Kingston Rovers backs to the wall, needing to defend here, defend a lead. Back it comes to Batchelor. Penalty, well, it's a 2 points. It's an easy 2 points. Do they take this and draw level?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very quick decision taken. That's exactly what they're doing.
Absolutely. Take the 2 on offer. Zach Hardacre will step forward. You can see with good intent, Petter Hiku. Amir Burra just gives the signal just in case anybody's in it, any doubt. Petter Hiku and his teammates not back on side. And again, they're having that get-together. Just slow your heart rate down, slow your mind down, focus on the job in hand. Sometimes at elite level sport, take emotion, focus on the process, and do your job, and do it properly.
There must have been a temptation there, though, at some level, to just keep going, because they had Hull Kingston Rovers on the rack.
Yeah, but was it three sets, back-to-back, 3 sets of 6? They didn't play out the full set. But I'm always in favour in big games, tight games. Every time you get down there, take the 2.
You learn from history, don't you? Remember a Challenge Cup tie, Leeds against Bradford back in the day, when Leeds were hammering at the Bradford line and got a chance to draw level with a kick and decided not to take it and lost the game, I think, by 2 that
Was
day.
that Sir
It was Sir Kevin Sinfield, yeah.
2003.
There's Zach Hardacre who's put it over. 12 points. And they get to take that home. Look at the thrill.
Well, his mate caught it and he stripped it off him. Where's the video? I put a captain's challenge in.
He's going home to Hull.
I'm going to put a captain's I'm going to put a captain's challenge in for that shirt. My word.
A matching hat. Where do you shop for that kind of combination?
Oxfam, I'd say.
But he's got a ball. Magic weekend. Day 1 finishes Lee against Warrington at 5:30, of course. And then we roll into the evening game, Catalan against Toulouse. That's in Castres, 8 o'clock, Sky Sports action. Oh, and here's an opportunity. The break is by Burrow. He's got Hardacre in support, inside. Hull Kingston Rovers defending superbly well. I think Mikey Lewis is the man who made the telling tackle. But Hull FC suddenly have numbers. And what a position. Out it comes now to Arthur. Arthur decides to go himself. He's cut down in his prime. So close. Cost picks up. Back to Caesar. This now is Moy. Dancing feet from him. Tyrone May with a tackle. Burrow back to SASA. Hull KR's defence has recovered well here, but they've one more job to do. Caesar, the kick. There's some big fellas over there. It's going to bounce to Briscoe, is it? Briscoe can't get it. Oh, the frustration.
Do you know, I thought for a second Aidan Caesar was going to drop a goal, and I think his first instinct was correct. May well have had to shuffle his body around, but Amir Burra, lightning pace off the mark, sees the opportunity. And we talked about Zach Hardacre. Well, 5-10 years ago he would have finished that. But full credit to Hull KR and the defenders for getting back and preventing.
It's a wonderful game, 12-12, everything we hoped it would be. So much meaning in the city of Hull, east and west divided by this fixture.
Still think he should have
2 or
taken
3
that
times
drop
a year.
goal. Cade Cust races out the line and almost gives a penalty away.
They do this again, by the way, in 3 weeks' time.
Those scoreboards are locked up. It's 12-all, but the psychological and mental advantage is with Hull FC.
Martin down. This is the last play. Mikey Lewis looking for a kick that causes consternation. Martin is underneath it. Safe pair of hands from him, and Hull start from there. Are we seeing a bit of a swing here in terms of Hull Kingston Rovers running out of bigger bodies to spell? Well, let's get a view on that from downstairs. Jenna Brooks.
Yeah, I can just tell you, we just watched Bill Leyland come off the pitch. He only lasted about 9 minutes. He was furious, shaking his head. He did not want to come off. There he is there. Jez Litton, of course, has come back on. It's his first game in a few. He's been missing with an injury, knocked to the ankle. So it's good to have him back. But, yeah, Billy Leyland not happy at all to be pulled from the game.
Well, there's a mess on the field here. I think the referee's given this as a knock-on against Hull FC.
Hull FC knock on.
Suddenly a game that was going against them might just be swinging back in their favour here.
The momentum is massive as we enter into the final 17 minutes of this game. I'm not saying it's a loose pass from Zach Hardacre, but it's a little bit too far in front of Tom Briscoe, who tries to trap it with his foot. Big moments, aren't they?
I think we've only seen one Golden Point so far this season. Golden Point match. 2 now. Is it 1? 1. 1 Golden Point match
I think
this
there's
season.
a knock-on, yeah.
Yeah, there is. Question is, are we heading for another Golden Point here? Swings one way, swings the other.
There's
And
plenty.
locked at 12-12.
Plenty of time still to go in this game. It's a scruffy scrum, and Jez Litton playing in the unfamiliar role of loose forward. He's under all kinds of pressure from Batchelor.
We have got a captain's challenge.
Hull KR are challenging the decision of a knock-on. They're claiming there's contact in the head.
Challenging the decision of the knock-on, so we're going to be hearing from the video referee. Oh, we're not going to be hearing from the video referee. Video referee is going to be having a look at this in the background. Barry, what do you reckon?
Well, Marcus Griffiths and Tom Grant just taking the time with this. There's good urgency from the back of the player, from the back of the scrum, should I say, from Joe Batchelor, who puts pressure.
It's the knock-on, just to be clear, it's a knock-on they're challenging, isn't it?
No, they're challenging the fact that there's head contact. That's what Marcus Griffiths said.
Well, the ball's not out of the scrum, and there's hardly anybody packed in.
My word.
On both sides.
I don't even know what that looks like. The ball's in, and it's like it's exploded, and everybody's gotten out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, certainly there were Hull players out of the scrum, but at the back of it, I think Jez Litton was out of the scrum as well, wasn't he?
Well, Joe Batchelor, Joe Batchelor's out of the scrum. As we watch this ball come out, where is the contact from Batchelor?
Well, the ball's still in there, and Litton is clearly unbound.
I think they may even penalise the scrum here.
Yeah, that's... both sides are guilty, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, Hull FC have to stay. They have to stay formed until the ball comes out.
Well, I think we've come to the correct decision here, because Tom Grant is saying, inconclusive, repack the scrum.
Well, it looked conclusive to me. There wasn't a scrum.
Well, the referee's saying both teams came out of the scrum before the ball came out, and so you just repack the scrum. And I think they've made the absolute correct decision here, haven't they?
They are. I'd say if both teams have come out of the scrum, it's more Hull FC than Hull KR. Anyway.
Jez, get in! Ball! Out!
So Hull Kingston Rovers suddenly given another chance here to lay the platform of attack. What can they make of this? Reece Martin with that carry. Litton, Minchella inviting on Desiree to have a push again. Litton's up there, Hull Kingston Rovers getting ever so close. Minchella popping it back. Mikey Lewis is involved, and Broadbent for the corner. Jack Broadbent sliding in. Referee seen enough to give the try, and how important might that be? It will be checked, of course it will be checked, but just at the moment Hull Kingston Rovers noses ahead again.
Right, listen, Jack Broadbent's body language isn't confidence. He's looking up at the big screen. He had no room to work with at all. Marcus Griffiths awards the try and says, check it. Listen, his big boots hit the line. Why has he not got that ball out? They've practiced this week in, week out. The ball is a metre high. He hasn't played wing all season.
I was going to say, is that where positional play matters?
Yeah. A dyed-in-the-wool, week in, week out winger would have known, get the ball out in front and put the thing down.
Well, they've gone for an official challenge here.
Checking touch.
But we've already seen the evidence.
Look at the feet of Broadbent.
That it is no try. There you see. Never mind the corner flag. It's all about the whitewash.
He knew, didn't he?
Yeah.
He knew.
Tammy, just turn me back down.
There you go, confirmation. No try. We're back at 12 apiece, Barry.
Big moments, aren't they? Big moments. Just when you think either side is in a position to take this game by the scruff of the neck. Oh, I bet if he had his time again. Outstretch those arms, good grip on the ball, get the ball down as soon as you can.
You have to say Jack Broadbent is one of the best utility backs in the business, isn't he? He can fill so many roles so effectively, but had that been a specialist winger, would that have been a try?
Well, Burgess would have scored that try. Joe Burgess, as he did. Did he get 2 on Good Friday? Same corner.
LFC carrying effectively back towards that and beyond the halfway line, but here's the last. So Arthur putting it up in the air. Hampshire's underneath it. Decent clearance from him as well. Here is Broadbent.
Got to be squeaky clean FC now. Last 15 minutes.
15 minutes to settle this wonderful derby battle.
I wouldn't wait too much longer before I start thinking about a drop goal. Tyrone May, Mikey Lewis, Jake Arthur, Aidan Caesar. Your turn to step up, boys.
This is May. This is an interesting last play here. Hiku cutting back towards the middle, spinning it away.
Knock on.
Lytton through the hands. Frustration for the Robins.
Geez, this is a tight game, isn't it? You can sense the nerves. Every play, every offload, every step, every half or missed tackle.
Well, there's a man who's in the headlines at the moment, and we're not talking about Ralph Rimmer or Nigel Wood. Andy Burnham, who could well be the next Prime Minister, we keep being told, and I think we are going to be hearing from him later. And here's Whitbread. Oh, it's a gift. It's an absolute gift. Joy Whitbread, given the chance, he's taken it. And Hull Kingston Rovers take a huge step towards winning the game.
Well, as the players come together, some pushing, some shoving, and an accusation of a shoulder charge. Marcus Griffiths, under pressure from the players, awards the try, and he will ask Tom Grant to just take a look.
Yeah. Well, there's an oddity of the rules, isn't it? The referee's given it. Zach Hardacre was asking, can you have a look at that? And the referee says, well, do you want to challenge? But, of course, he doesn't need to challenge because the video referee will be having a look anyway.
Here we go, let's have a look. Well, Jez Lytton, listen, I've only watched it once, I'd say that's a shoulder charge. Well, let's have a look. This will be the best angle. There's no attempt to wrap. You can't see his arm, really. But it would be a shame if it's scratched off.
Well, it would from OKR's point of view. Hull FC will be quite happy.
I love to see good defence rewarded, but under the rules we play now, they're going to have a look as much as they can.
So the referee has given it. The video referee is still having a look behind the scenes. Tom Grant, our video referee, will know his views if he asks for a full review. There's some nerves, looking at the big screen, waiting and hoping for confirmation.
There's enough doubt, isn't there? There's enough for you to look at it.
Still looking, not confirmed just yet. Every angle is being analysed. Try is confirmed. Try is confirmed. There you hear it. And Hull Kingston Rovers do have the lead. 16 points to 12. Whitbread the scorer. Kick to come.
He deserves that, Jai Whitbread. Run his blood to water. He's loving his afternoon, that fella, hasn't he? That's the passion on the terraces. And another Jai arrow salute when the try is scored.
Shot clock on. The shock clock running through the bodies of the Hull FC players.
They're actually, as this conversion is attempting at being lined up, they're actually having a look at the coming together to see what's happened there.
Andy Last is not looking a happy man at the moment, is he? The stand-in Hull FC coach. Reece Martin, this for Super League goal 499 if he puts it over. You back him, and he has put it over. And 18 points to 12. Hull Kingston Rovers retake the lead at a critical point of the match with 12 minutes to go. But anything could happen in these next 12 minutes.
Well, champion teams are attacking even when they're defending. Force the mistake, force the error, and because he's worked so hard, as he does week in, week out, profits from the mistake. Right in front of the Hull KR fans. A lot to go yet.
They've gone short, they want it back. Into the hands of Arthur, yeah, knock on. Knock on. Hull Kingston Rovers celebrate amongst themselves again. They get possession back again.
Well, these are all the small, little moments in the final 11 minutes or so. He's done well out of position, Jed Cartwright, playing in the centre. Gets up high, gets a hand to the ball, but unfortunately for the black and white fans, it goes backwards.
Well, the absolute misery of losing a derby game.
He wasn't miserable when he saw
suddenly you see yourself on the
screen.
telly and it's all joy. It's all joy there, isn't it, at the other end? For Hull Kingston Rovers, a drop goal is still eminently valuable if they find themselves at that end of the field.
And for Hull FC, there's still 10 minutes to go. This game is far from gone.
It's a fragile lead. Minchella stepping off the left. Here comes Lytton. Advancing them further, it's Ryan Hampshire. This will be the last. May. Mikey Lewis stepping inside the oncoming Bachelor. Putting it up in the air. And they're allowed to catch. And then the tackle is made and Hull FC get the ball back.
Amir Burra eventually gets to Mikey Lewis, who puts that kick up. This game here at this point is about your energy levels. How much have you got left in the tank? What's your desire? What's your will? And how much do you want these 2 points?
Cust. They were close losers against Wigan last week. Well, Hull FC 20 points to 16. And that is a knock-on. That is a huge mistake. A gift again for Hull Kingston Rovers. The gift of possession back inside their opponent's half.
Okay, Cust, as he plays that ball, falls forward. He's off balance. And whilst he's desperately trying to keep the pace of this game and play it quick, Andy Last and the black and whites are asked now to defend again.
The ball's played. Lytton just stops there. There's your player of the match vote, by the way. Vote on the Our League app. Mikey Lewis, Tyrone May, Aidan Caesar and Zach Hardacre, the four who've been shortlisted by our panel downstairs. And you get the ultimate vote by voting on the Our League app. This is Sue. By the way, Jake Arthur, not Zach Hardacre on that list. That's what we're being told. Lytton dashing out. Another set of 6 here for Hull Kingston Rovers. They can watch the clock tick down. They can try and take the opportunities if offered. Hull FC desperate to hang on and get something back here.
Tyrone May screaming for the ball.
He has it. It's Batchelor. Here comes Lytton. Tyrone May, it's bounced into the hands of Sawaso Su, who's pushing and pushing. It's taken 4 of them to halt the big fella in his stride here. Lytton again. Has to wait because the defence have come out, and he does wait ever so patiently and puts it on the plate for Tyrone May to surely win the game now. That gives them a 10-point lead. Time is running out, and that might be the magic moment for the Robins.
Absolutely. The 2 magic men combining. Mikey Lewis, Tyrone May. And if you chuck Jez Lytton in there as well, that ultra-reliable spine of Hull KR comes up. Again, Trumps, with everybody zooming out of the line. He assesses the situation. Jez Lytton steps back, plants the ball into the path of Tyrone May, and in these big moments, big players step forward. Mikey Lewis, Tyrone May, and Jez Lytton.
Oh, that's a relief coaching box, isn't it? They surely feel that they've got the game won here.
Well, hang on a minute. The FC players are moving forward.
This hasn't been confirmed yet.
Hasn't been awarded. The question will probably be whether Tyrone May's onside from the kick, and it's confirmed in the background.
Yeah.
I think that was more in hope from Hull FC. Oh, there's a collision in back play, sorry. There's a collision in back play.
It has been confirmed that the shot clock is on, so there's no going back on that decision.
No.
Hull Kingston Rovers fans in fine voice at the moment.
I think they can finally breathe easy. 10, maybe 12 points the difference. 6 minutes just about left. You never say never.
So Reece Martin has the chance here to make the gap 12 points. He also has the chance to put this over and claim his 500th Super League goal. What a fine kicker of the ball he's been for Hull Kingston Rovers, and of course before that Leeds, and over it goes, and that is Super League goal 500 for Reece Martin.
Well, let's take a look what all the discussion was about. The black and white players questioning the line of Reece Martin. I think the defender commits to that run. He's trying to draw a penalty. It was a desperate attempt that they didn't get in the end anyway.
So just to clear up any confusion, just a recap of the player of the match. Mikey Lewis, Reece Martin, Jake Arthur and Aidan Caesar is your list.
I think that player's played incredibly well. He just picked up the ball for his team. He might end up on the losing side this afternoon.
Well, we have seen some comebacks in Magic. Remember Catalan against St Helens a few years back at Newcastle, and it was a bigger margin than this. And Hull FC have still got time on their hands. Here's Hardacre. 5 minutes to score twice and kick 2 goals to bring it back level. Bell. Arthur. Inside by Cartwright.
They just need Cassiano now, don't they? I wonder if he's still around.
Big Sam with a big jump. Bell. Aidan Caesar. Hardacre. He's brushing off a couple of defenders, keeping that ball alive. Hull Kingston Rovers' defence is desperate, led in the shape of Whitbread. It's Bell. Kick to the corner by Arthur, and it's spilt by Cartwright, and Hull KR get it back. And there's a big moment of danger just avoided.
Well, every second that ticks by on the clock now, Hull KR closer to that valuable win. They need to keep pace with those front runners that we talked about throughout the match. Defending champions, of course.
Reminder too to come today, Warrington against Lee from this ground in not too long from here, and then later on still we're off to France for Catalan against Toulouse. A real feast of rugby league on this opening day of the Magic weekend. But the whole derby's delivered, certainly in terms of talking points and action. One play to go. Lytton kicks away, just hangs, the ball hangs in the air. Taken by Moy. Into the final 4 minutes.
I'll tell you what, Willie Peters will be happy with the character that his team has showed, even though all the cards have been shuffled and he's had to move the different chess pieces around the chessboard. They've still had enough to make the way through this game and do what's needed and required to get the win.
Couple of tough weeks ahead as well for Hull-Kingston Rovers. They got Wakefield at home next week, Warrington away the week after that, and then they're back on this game, Hull FC away. So there's 3 really tasty matches to come.
FC will fancy the chances after all this. 6 more tackles for FC.
And after that Castleford game, by the way, they run into 3 matches in 9 days. Catalans at home, Warrington at home, and Toulouse at home for Hull KR, catching up on the one they missed at the start of the season because of the World Club Challenge. Hardacre with a kick, easily dissected. Davis comes running back. The referee's in his way, but
He had to do it, didn't he, Zach Hardacre? He's trying to force the issue and make a play up from nothing. But ultimately, the difference between both sides has been the composure, their ability to stick in. It's forward anyway, even if he doesn't get knocked on. You can just see the experience of these Hull KR players, just that little bit extra.
as we said, Hull-Kingston Rovers started the day flirting with danger at the bottom end of the top 6, but they are much more comfortable in the playoff zone now. That's been lost. Yep, straightforward loss. Carl Lawton.
Carl Lawton, another player.
Oh, they're going to challenge. They're going to challenge.
Yeah.
They're going to challenge.
Well, I think this might be quick, this one. I'm going to say it's a knock-on.
Hull KR challenging the decision of a knock-on.
I might be wrong, Dave. Carl Lawton, as he goes to ground, under the pressure of James Bell.
Oh, is a hand on the ball? Is that a hand on the ball?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Challenge successful.
I'm wrong.
They get it back.
I'm wrong. I stand corrected.
Quickly viewed, quickly dealt with, and Hull-Kingston Rovers find themselves back in possession. And as it was a ball steal, they get a chance to kick for goal, and that should finish the game if Reece Martin can put this one over.
Yeah, I think he's going to take the 2 on offer. Left footer. And step up to the ball, stride away. Seems a shame to just end it like this, doesn't it? Because it's been so ferocious. Everybody congratulating Suasa Su and Tavita Pangai Jr., the man on the far right, just having a word with his fellow enforcer. Really stepped up this afternoon and carried the weight of that pack, led the way, showed all his experience. Ably assisted by Jai Whitbread, the workhorse of this side. He's one of those players that you can play anywhere in the pack, Jai Whitbread. Played in the second row on a number of occasions, but he's in the middle, doing all his work.
So Reece Martin to put this one beyond any doubt whatsoever. Puts plenty of leather on that. Through the crowd, somebody catches a ball to take home. Hull-Kingston Rovers are taking home the 2 points. 26 points to 12 they now lead. It's been one of those days for Hull FC fans. A glum afternoon on Merseyside.
Well, that's the difference between success and failure in terms of the fans on the terraces and the coaching boxes. Willie Peters congratulating the rest of his coaching staff, and Andy Last wanted effort. He wanted his side to play with intent, aggression and execution, and there was enough of them characteristics for him to be happy.
Penalty goes Hull KR's way. You can't just whack somebody off the ball, was the interpretation there.
But I wanted to, sir, just to make me feel better. That's what he's saying. Hasn't he transformed this club? We've obviously got a matter of months before he goes back to the NRL and coach, which is the PNG Chiefs. He's been a wonderful addition, as he was as a player for Gateshead and Hull.
May's going for the kick, and the chase is on that right-hand side, led by Davis, and Davis has got support on the inside. He's given it away. Caesar picks it up. This will be the last play as the hooter sounds in the background. Bell now comes running on. Caesar's having a look. It's Howard Hill. It's a bit of basketball to finish the game, and I think Herman SAS has said, enough of that nonsense. We're not going 80 yards, and even if we did, it wasn't going to matter. They had a shock to the system last week when they were beaten heavily by Leeds. They've had a test of their system in the 7 days since because of all the players they've been missing for one reason or another. But it is all systems go again for Hull Kingston Rovers, just reinforcing their place in the top 6 and looking up again towards the upper echelons of that top 6. A hard-won derby. They go again in 3 weeks for another of these battles. But tonight, it's the Robins who rejoice. They have beaten Hull FC by 26 points to 12.